Let's do some silver price analysis. We'll take a look at gold. Is it gold's time to shine versus silver? Platinum, I want to talk about oil, uranium, might even do some Bitcoin and maybe some TOSHI and a couple of altcoins as well. We'll look at the altcoin market today very briefly too. If you're watching this on the replay, just use the time codes below to go to your favorite part, whatever that is. But if you're watching live, dang, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, going out live on X and on YouTube right now. I'm going to do it straight away. I want you, no, actually, I'll wait a couple of minutes. Get in your chart requests, etc. Can you also please head over to, where are we? x.com/it's Joe Main. I go live on here as well. I go live on Facebook too, over at Just Joe Main. I know, it's crazy, hey? Let me just do this for you, and I'll wait for a couple more people to come in then. Oops. Have I misspelt the word silver? Looks like I may have. I might have to fix that too. Yeah, it looks like I've misspelt the word silver on my own. What an idiot. Let me go like that, and I'll save that. That might be better, so now I get a little bit more trendy. There you go. Let's do this over here. We'll wait for a few people. Can you also head over to x.com/ not x.com, Facebook. What a great start to the morning. Facebook.com/Just Joe Main. You can follow me on Facebook, all my public stuff there. As you may or may not know, I'm now an enrollment advisor for Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, who I happen to be doing their year-long comprehensive course. And what else do you need to know? That's about it. Now we've got some people in. Let's do the synchronized slurp. Some people call it tacky and blah, 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 and I don't really care. It's my little mini calling card, a la Scott Adams style, but I slurp it. So grab a tasty beverage, whatever you're drinking right now. We slurp it synchronously together. Wherever you are in the world, you must do it audibly. It is part of the honor system. Do it for the family. You can just slurp it a tiny little bit. You don't have to do a big, loud, audible one. Whatever. You do you, man. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, yeah, I'm Joe Main, random Aussie guy on the internet. Been a stacker of precious metals since 2010. Crypto since 2013. Rode the waves all the way up and down, and now I'm doing it much better than I used to, in my humble opinion. Let's get some quick shout-outs. Use the time codes, if you're watching the replay, to go to the analyses and all that stuff. If you don't like this intro stuff, this show isn't for you, okay? It's all about the Good Morning Stackers family. Niels Han Dynasty says CLRMF will be pulling platinum ore out of the ground. Ooh, good time to pick some up. That could be one that I may look at today. Thank you, Neil. Rob is here. Good morning, Joe and everyone. Memorex ain't bad. Okay, we've got a few going on. Hey, everyone says Andres 998. Jason, hey, Joe and crew, congrats on your new position. Yes, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I have been absolutely inundated in the last 3 or 4 days, actually since Friday when the head of the company, David Bird, did a webinar. It's like incoming inquiries, and the January intake has been cut off this morning. So no more signups for the courses. The next ones will be April. So send me an email up here if you want to find out more. Good morning, everyone here in Hong Kong. G'day. Fish cake buddy. Okay, so fish cake buddy, I can tell you are from the UK. That's for sure. Like your heritage is from the UK. That's my guess. Here in Hong Kong, for the first time ever, the bullion deals are out. Oh, the bullion deals. No way. Really? Only pre-order silver for bullion dealers in Hong Kong. Interesting. Okay. Well done, metal people. Good call, fellas. Looks like an interesting start to the year. Hey, absolutely. Sino is here. Good morning, stackers. I'm just in time. Good on you, man. Just walked out of the gym, listening on the drive home. As long as you're listening and not watching, because we don't want old mate Sino having a crash. Johnny says, the slurp doesn't bother me because I just, you just mute. What do? You just mute the sound. Just for you, Johnny. Yeah, fish cake, 100%. How did I know? Because Butty butty is like means a sandwich in butter. Like, and I have a slight UK heritage on my grandparents, and go to the fish and chip shop, get your fish and chips, open it up, and then get your piece of fish, and then white bread buttered on both pieces of bread, fish in between. Oh, smush it down. Oh, brilliant. Greatest thing ever. Okay, let's get to the stuff of the day, shall we? I will get to that and that. Here is silver on the weekly time frame price in USD, $93.10. The market has closed for the next, it's been closed for about 36 minutes. It closes and reopens. There's about a 1 hour time window in between, closing of one world trade market to the other sort of Asia Pacific, market. So we're opening in about 24 minutes roughly. Here's where we're standing on the weekly. As I did say yesterday, and as I have been talking about for a little bit, this $95.80 area. I said $95 or greater, we will definitely, and I never say definitely, but I mean, more than a 50% chance, but I was like 99%. Actually, I think I said 99 point something percent sure. We'd hit at least 95 or greater. So I'm not saying we're done here at $95.80, but I did say because of this Fibonacci extension, once again, I feel like a broken record at the moment, but I'll just give you a quick analysis, right? Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Wave 3s can tend to find the 4.236 Fibonacci extension as a really interesting area, okay? Doesn't mean it always stops exactly there. We're there at the moment. We're also, that's, less than $5 under triple digits. So the triple digit narrative, everyone talking about it, hype, hype, hype. Could someone or a whole bunch of someone's, like, big institutions, decide to front run that and go, oh, well, everyone's going to be selling at 100, are they? Or it's going to be a big news event, okay, in the media. Can you imagine in the media, silver hits triple digits for the first time ever? Could it be a bit of a front running? I don't know. But that's why I've said from $95 onwards, be careful from around here. We have on the daily, definitely now, well, I mean, I can't say it hasn't pivoted, but we've definitely found like exact resistance. Once again, I said yesterday, I never moved these lines. The price just went there naturally. Okay. So that's where we are on the 4 hour. We had a little bit of a dip. It's nothing to stress about. There's a little bit of, as I said, bearish divergence going on, but that could easily play out, right? You've got that, come up to that major area. Bearish divergence, as long as we don't sink too far down. I wouldn't be concerned until we got back down below around about $86. Get down there and I'll go, oh, okay, that's interesting. Now we're making lower lows on the lower lows on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, that's still not something to freak out about. It's just a little signal. Okay, so if we did, and now this is all the spitballing, if this then that, right? But if you do something like this, if you start breaking there, you're going, oh, okay, hang on, that's it's been making successive, except for just here recently. Since here, higher highs, higher lows. If it changes there, you go, okay, just watch out. But that's just on the 4 hour. So I wouldn't even be freaking out until, you start really, as I said, making a bearish change of market structure on the daily. So if we did the following, as I've said before, if we do something like that, you come back up and you fail to make a new high, and then you make that, then I'd be getting a little bit more concerned, even though it doesn't concern me over the longer term, that the wave 3 top might be in. Cool, but we're nowhere near there yet. You can just, you could easily, just come up here and, par for course, and everything's good until, as I said the other day, it's not until, you could go up as long as you want, man. Pick the number, pick the time. It's not until you have a change of market structure, start making lower highs and lower lows, or lower highs and lower lows, that you go, okay, now it's in, okay? The wave 3 top is coming. Wave 4 will eventually, it'll get us, it'll shake us out through, or shake other people out through time or through price. But just, as I've said, just watch out here, not discluding triple digits now. massive party when we get there, whenever that is. And yeah, just watch out. That's all I have to say about that. On the monthly's looking all right. And I did say, just for the new subscribers and anyone joining me for the very first time, this is silver on the linear scale. Okay, there's also the logarithmic, which I find usually more important for longer term timeframes. But if you start getting down to that kind of, 87, anything kind of under 90, I'd be getting, if we close the month under, say, 90, particularly like 86, 87, then you'd be going, oh, that's a big spike. That's a second big spike. And we've closed down there. Then I'd be much more likely to say, okay, wave 3 top from like exactly at that $95.80 point. It's all speculation. We could just, keep going up from here. Cool. But not for that much longer. Okay. Up in here, early hundreds at the most, I would say, before we do have the wave 4. Again, through price or time, don't know how it's going to work. And then you've got the big wave 5 excess move all the way into 2030, $200 plus silver, possibly decently higher above that, depending on where we drop from in the wave 3 move. That's all I have to say about that. That is silver. Let me go to gold and we'll talk about gold's potential time to shine versus silver. Of course, I'd be looking at the gold to silver ratio. Here is gold. Oof. $4,833. Brand new all-time highs for gold. Congratulations. It is at this point where you're making regular brand new all-time highs, where it becomes another new all-time high. Oh, is that all? That that the signals are coming in where it's, okay, something's about to tick over pretty soon. Okay, so just like silver, okay, we're going through, that 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. Up to around about 5,000, early 5,000, something like that is doable. But from around now until round about there-ish, then we'll get that, again, wave 4 pullback on gold. Don't know where it goes down to, don't know for how long. We've got to monitor it. And then same thing with gold, wave 5 move up into 2030-ish, around that time. And, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 gold, really doable, okay, in US dollar terms. But as I've said, by people buying now, hoping to make bank in the next 12 months, don't do that now. If you're happy to buy now, and average your cost in lower as it either goes sideways for a bit. If it goes sideways for ages and just really pisses people off, it's like, come on, like poke a stick, do something. It'll shake some people out through time. Or if it has a big price dip, I don't know. Either way, though, if you're willing to hang on to either of those scenarios and you're buying during that time, brilliant. You are doing really, really well. But I would not be suggesting anyone buy now and expecting it just to go to the moon, because that's not how markets work. So that's gold, but it might be shining versus silver here. Here's the gold to silver ratio. Could be turning around about now. Okay, right, that major support area-ish of around about 50. And it could get down to around about sort of 46-ish, but anyway, between now and 46, around about there. Big move down. Silver's massively outperformed gold. Could it be gold's time to shine for a little bit versus silver? Now, I mean that both of the fiat dollar prices could be going down. It's just gold's outperforming silver for a bit. I tend to feel like that's more likely what will happen. So, it might outperform silver, but the dollar value is going down, if that makes sense, the fiat value. Weekly could be turning around here. You are incredibly undervalued for gold versus silver on the weekly time frame. So I'm expecting a turnaround soonish, if not here. On the daily time frame, you have only potential at this stage, but potential bullish divergence for gold to outperform silver, like that right there. It's only, I fucking hate this thing. It's only potential at this stage. TradingView pisses me off. That little, hey TradingView, if you're watching this, which you're not, can you get rid of this thing? It's fucking annoying. So please get rid of it every time. There we go. So potential higher highs, me getting randomly annoyed with random people. Higher low, lower low. It would not be until probably, it's probably not until about kind of there-ish. If we get above around about 53, you could say maybe it's pivoting, or you do something like you come up, then do that. That's the time to go, oh yeah, definitely gold's going to outperform silver for a bit. And I do think it will get back up to that early 60s kind of mark. I think you'll see at least a bounce up to eventually, and possibly higher, but yeah, at least up to that kind of thing. Doesn't matter over the longer term. No, if you're buying silver to swap for gold, I wouldn't be stressing about it until you're, down into this kind of area here. You're 30 to 1, possibly even lower. That's my opinion. If you're happy to ride out the waves, but that kind of thing is happening over the longer term. Cool. Particularly into, as I said, like 2030. Like that kind of thing, into 2030, down into there, much lower from here on the gold to silver ratio. So that's gold's potential time to shine versus silver. Let's take a look at some other stuff. I'll get your chart requests as well. I do have one or two there. Let's take a look at platinum. I did post something on the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum. Excuse me. Where was that? Gold Silver Stackers Australia forum right here. I posted this morning, platinum trying to make a break for it. Prices break resistance for one of two reasons: to continue the trend or to grab liquidity, i.e. pull a fake out. Long and strong over the long term, but wouldn't take any short-term positions right here until it decides what it wants to do. So platinum on the daily time frame is doing just that. It might be completely just breaking out here, but it's giving a little bit of indecision. Okay, so what I mean is it's coming up, that you call that, the ascending triangle, that kind of deal. That kind of thing, ascending triangle pattern, normally quite bullish. Okay, it looks like it wanted to break out, but it's just been a little bit indecisive. So you just have to watch out there. So again, prices break for one of two reasons. If it finally breaks a major area, it's to go, and then, onwards and upwards we go, or it's to fake you out to grab liquidity. What do I mean by grab liquidity? My regular subscribers know what I'm talking about. Spoken about it before. For the newbies, all the traders who are deciding to short the market, who decide to short the market. For some reason, people want to go short on platinum because they think it's at a high point and whatever, they're trying to make some money. Okay, so let's say they go short here, or they go short here. And what they're doing is they're placing a bet that the price will go down further. Now they need to put in a stop loss because they don't want it to shoot to the moon, and they're just losing all their bloody money, right? So they have to put in a stop loss somewhere. Right? I've lost a little bit, but I've lost small, right? Where are they going to put their stop loss? If their entry point is here, their stop loss is going to be a little bit kind of up in this area here. Not too much. You got to give it a little bit of leeway, but not so much that you're losing a crap ton of money, right? So what does the market like to do? The market will try to grab traders' liquidity. It will try to stop them out because the markets don't want to pay out millions of gajillions of dollars to people who got it right. Okay, so what they try to do, and this happens on the opposite side as well, is it'll come up, it'll grab everyone's stop losses, and then it'll fake you out. Now that could be what's happening, or it could be just continuing the trend. I don't know at this stage what that is, right? So just watch out for that. It's not until you start probably closing a daily time frame green above that kind of area that you can say, okay, it's not a liquidity grab. My bias is probably to the upside, but that's about it. Monthly looks good. Let me get rid of all that. Monthly looks great. Let me show you on the logarithmic as well. Monthly looks brilliant. Okay, so it's probably to the upside, but just bear in mind, we've just broken the all-time high. And as I've been saying, do watch out for around about $2,850 to $3,300 as resistance. The other thing you do actually need to keep an eye out for, again, doesn't mean it's going to occur, but see the potential, only potential liquidity grab on the larger time frame. Okay, there's your previous all-time high. It came up through on the quarterly. It actually spiked up but closed below. Could this be the liquidity grab and then it heads back down? I don't think so, but you've just got to be aware of it. I think we're probably very likely heading up more so to that $2,850 to $3,300 level. Okay, at least. And platinum's going to much higher over the longer term, 5,000 plus. Okay, you're looking great. So that's platinum. Copper. Quickly show you copper. It's just faffing around it a bit at the moment. Bullish on copper over the longer term. This is the quarterly time frame. It could just do something like this, just to fake people out a bit. Could do something like that, and then onwards and upwards, sure. But it's looking great over the longer term. You don't break this and then do just a tiny little move and then head back down. Generally, not after such 15 years. So, and copper, as we're talking about, AI infrastructure, all that stuff. Copper's the next one to go. Gold, silver, platinum, the industrial metals go next. So that's copper, that's iron ore, that's nickel, and you can see nickel's been doing well recently. Nickel. This is not the nickel spot price. This is the nickel Industries Limited. So it's actually not the nickel spot price. That would be NIC1. Is that the one? No, can't find it. Anyway, look at nickel as well. I will go to, what's the other one I want to go to? I just want to show you, and I might have to do a video about this separately. Remember our old mate rhodium? Do you remember we've been talking about rhodium for a really long time? Do you remember I've been talking about that? And I talked about rhodium down in, there we go, right there. I talked about rhodium back last year. I talked about it, kind of around that when I started my channel, like in May of last year, April, May of last year. It was one of my first videos actually about rhodium, how we looked like we had bottomed. And then if we broke that $615 mark, it'd be game on. What have we found? This is the quarterly time frame. I'll show you the monthly. Once we break that 615, game on for rhodium, and it's been game on for rhodium. Looking really good. You're actually through the zag zone for rhodium. This is the XRH0 listed on the the London Stock Exchange. It's the only real way to get into rhodium without buying the physical. So some people have access to the London Stock Exchange market. There are certain brokers in Australia that you can join that have access to that, so you can get it. I actually don't have any exposure to it. Oh well, but I'm happy to talk about it, and hopefully you can maybe get in if you think it's good for you. But it's certainly, it more than doubled. Oh well, I didn't get in. That's okay. More than doubled, and you're through the zag zone as well. So the expected resistance range, you have broken through the 1/3 to 2/3 resistance. Remember back here when we talked about how it spiked. So the spike, right? Then you've broken through. I think that's pretty much saying it's onwards and upwards from here. So I would be very surprised if we now don't take out the all-time high for rhodium. I think it's now making all-time highs. Okay, so that's at 2,600 and you're 1,300 around about now. Cool. Very likely. Just have to watch out. Could it come back in for a little bit? Sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but I think the all-time high is coming for the XRH0 in rhodium, particularly now you're through there. That's that area of buying. Okay, so you've gotten through the battle of those buyers becoming sellers here on that spike, and now you're through. I think it's just probably onwards and upwards to potential all-time highs for rhodium. Okay, no one's talking about it. Isn't that interesting? Except me. And the last thing I want to show you very quickly. I know this has been a long scan. I want to show you. There's a couple more. I'll show you oil. Oil looks like it might be bottoming here. Of course, David Bird, head of Mastering the Markets, has been talking about oil. He thinks it's made a generational bottom here. This is after it broke out of this support level there at around about 59. It broke out to 63, came back, tested it as perfect support, like bang on, right? On this downtrend line. And, as we all know, just simple trend line stuff is when you break out of a downtrend line, you can tend to come back and revisit it as support. So revisited as support perfectly on that support level. That's after a falling wedge pattern. Okay, see that there, falling wedge, breakout, retest. And as long as and I'll tell you right now, if you get back over 63, around about this area here, generational, very likely bottom in oil, and your energy stocks will continue to go, or will go like that. Energy stocks, XEJ, this is the energy index on the Australian Stock Exchange, is about to break out as well. Okay, so that's on the daily. Pardon me. So why is this interesting to note? This is where then you would start to look at your oil and gas stocks. Your WDSs, your Woodsides, your STOs, and all your big boys. Okay, and your smaller market caps as well. But if you start breaking out of there, we're so damn close, right? Break out of there, looking really, really, really good. Okay, and longer term, on the quarterly time frame, if you break out of that, that's the ultimate signal. Okay, but I would be happy to get in a little bit earlier. Look at that. That's pretty darn good, right? That's your 1, that's your 2. And if I go, 1, 2, and then that's your 3, and then onwards and upwards. Energy stocks will go absolutely mental above that 9,500, whatever it is, 9,400. So really watch that. You do that. I'd put an alert on that for you. This is XEJ. Put an alert on at 94, whatever that is, 9490. And then if that alert goes off, really look into your energy stocks, okay? And your big market cap stocks particularly, always find ones, if you can, that pay dividends at the same time. Because imagine number go up, okay, new energy boom, number go up, and you're earning a percentage of dividends as well, like passive income. And there are some that have some really good dividends as well. I'll give you an example. Not saying buy now. I do own Santos right now. Hasn't absolutely broken out. It did break out a little bit and then it sort of fell back in. That pays though that's a 6% dividend currently. That's not bad. Okay. As number go up and then getting a 6% dividend yearly. Yeah, not bad, eh? That's that. The other one I wanted to show you was rare earth. Rare earth has broken through and is where's my Remex? Remex, where are you, bro? There we go. Here is and the market's open too. Fantastic. Here is Remex, and we'll take a quick market scan too in a couple of minutes. Remex is the Rare Earth and Strategic Metals Index. So it's an index that you can buy on the New York Stock Exchange. If you don't want to buy individual rare earth plays because you don't want to take that extra risk, you buy the Remex, for example. There's probably other versions on the Australian Stock Exchange. But what have we done? We're on the linear scale. We had that beautiful, almost sort of double bottom, broke through here. I was in Remex sort of down here, and then I got out at a certain point, made a mistake and got out, shouldn't have. But, still learning. Only halfway through the year-long Mastering the Markets course, but it has now broken through the 618. So that's really good, okay? It's broken through that 1/3, 2/3 resistance. We are coming up to a little bit of an area here, so just watch out here. But I'd say once you're through around about here-ish now, you might come back in and then test and then come back out. But rare earths looking very good for the longer term anyway. So yeah, I think we're almost out of the woods for rare earths. So I wanted you to watch that. Also, lithium might be breaking out here and continuing the trend on the monthly, but it's at the top end there. Just watch out for a little fake out into here. So I'm not go time again for lithium. I'm just watching it at the moment. I think that's everything. Let me go to some comments. I'll do some Bitcoin and crypto too. Okay. Let me go up here. We shall get to Bitcoin and crypto very, very soon. The market's just about to open. Well, it's just opened. I'll take a look after a couple of minutes. Let's see. G'day from Victoria. Brown dog prospecting. Nice. I really want to get someone on the channel who is a full-on into prospecting because I know nothing pretty much about it. I haven't been down that hole, okay, that rabbit hole. So I'd like to get an expert on about prospecting and finding your own precious metals and all the good tips and tricks and equipment to buy and all that stuff. So Brown Dog, if you're up for it, let me know, man. I'll get you on the channel. Good day, old Davos effect in order. Yeah. I love the content. The slurp in my ear is... The slurp in my ear is absolutely disgusting. Yes, some people have a real ick to it. As I've explained, though, it's probably about 5 to 10% of the world, and I'm okay with that risk to reward because I didn't just want to do a sip, because the sip is Scott Adams' thing, God rest his soul, who just recently passed away. Still very sad about that. Miss him every day, but he did the simultaneous sip. But when I started my show last year in April, I did the synchronized slurp. It's a way to differentiate myself between the two entities, and I'm keeping it. Just pulled over to type. I read a few reports last night that American financial institutions were stopping transactions. Oh, well, that happens, man. People buying bullion. Yeah, so American banks stopping transactions to bullion dealers. Well, we've seen that in Australia. I've been involved in, I think, every bullion business that I've been involved in, that I've been an employee of, had their bank accounts frozen, and they had to open new bank accounts because they just try every time. Yeah, there's been banking issues on every dealer that I've worked for. I'm interested to see if this is verified, sure, because this is a scary thought. Yes. Measured in fiat, everything will look better. Would love to see nanonuclear energy chart for movement. Sure, Gerald, I can do that. Me, says Abel. Hello, Joe. Kane, good to see you, my friend. I'm staying away from oil. Oil hides inflation and government's role if it spikes. Yeah, I'm happy to be in the trade, though, because at least I'm making money, or at least, keeping it. Hey, Joe, do you work at Perth? Do you work at Perth Bullion Exchange? I go and I haven't seen. No, I don't work at Perth Bullion Exchange. I live in Melbourne, and Perth, obviously, Perth Bullion Exchange is in Perth, but I work with them. So I have been teaching Ricky for a long time the skills of content creation. He started his YouTube channel, and he did that with my help. So I've been coaching him on how to do that, and he's been doing a great job over there. And they sponsor the show as well. But I work with, but not for. I'm not an employee of. I just, work in partnership with. Be right back. Yeah, that's fine. Good fun. Some great tour guides in Ballarat. Oh, right. And Kalgoorlie. I'm from WA, born Perth, live in Pilbara. Speaking of lithium just before, Pilbara. Pilbara Limited, which I did very well on my super. Okay, it was really good, and now I'm out of it. I might have to get back in soon, possibly. Okay, let's take a look at a couple more things. We'll go crypto, then I'll do the individual things that we're looking at. Nanonuclear energy, and I think it was CLR-TMF, whatever that is. We're going to go to crypto, and we're going to take a look at it on Bitcoin, and then we'll go to the alts just to see where we're at, because I haven't looked at them for a little bit. And this portion of the show is brought to you by Stormrake. Stormrake.com, your full-service cryptocurrency brokerage when you are ready to buy crypto. And as I've been saying, everyone should dollar cost average into Bitcoin. I absolutely believe that, GMS Stormrake. Right there, you should dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Some people go, what are you telling people to buy Bitcoin for? I'm not telling you to buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin. I'm suggesting that you just dollar cost average 5 to 10% of your portfolio in Bitcoin once a month, every paycheck. So if you get paid, a couple of grand or whatever. It's just a very small portion into Bitcoin. I even suggest gold as well. Gold is an insurance policy. Okay, you always need to own some gold, whether it's 5 to 10% of your portfolio. I would suggest 10% of your portfolio is split between gold and Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin? Because it's not going anywhere. It's just going to, it'll go down to a low point. Is that around now or is it lower? Is it at 60,000, 50,000, 30,000? I don't know, neither do you. But we do know it's not going anywhere, and it is over the longer term going to turn around. So the question is, it's like that meme that everyone sees, and we make fun of people with that meme, right? The two doors and the waiting line, the two doors, the guy sitting at the desks and the waiting line, $50,000 Bitcoin, no one in line, $140,000 Bitcoin, everyone lining up. Do you want to be that meme? I don't think so. I don't. That's why I dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and I do it through Stormrake, stormrake.com. Why? They're the best full service cryptocurrency brokerage in the world, in my humble opinion. They also, I'm partnered with them, of course, so I'm going to say that, but I don't partner with people that I don't align with, okay? They charge a 3% service fee, but they don't take anything off. They don't put cream on the top and take it off the bottom in terms of the market prices. You're buying at market price of Bitcoin, not the percentages above and below like other exchanges do. Coinbase and CoinSpot, excuse me, etc. You're buying at the market price. They do charge a 3% fee. However, if you sign up with my link, you get 2% brokerage fees for the life of the account, okay? You can buy all your other altcoins as well. Not all of them, but a good selection of the big ones. Cool? That's what you should do because I said so. Let me get rid of that. Come on. Are you going to... No, you're just going to... No, there we go. Thank you. Don't want to be too washed out. Here is Bitcoin on the monthly time frame price in USD. It's the Bitstamp exchange price. 89,860. This could be a very big blessing for you if you're looking to dollar cost average in. If you are balls deep in crypto at the moment and you need it to go higher because you're underwater, I don't know if you're going to get that just yet. Okay. What I will say is the saving grace is so far we haven't broken back down into this zone here. Okay. So it has remained 1, 2, third month. Closing above $84,000 roughly, okay? That's the top end of the expected resistance range. I'm expecting very likely that it goes into here, but you could bounce here and then onwards and upwards, but anywhere down into that kind of 60,000 kind of mark is normal. You have a massive move from $16,000 to $125,000. And it looks like that's definitely pivoted here, showing you on the linear. Okay, that's the relative strength index. We had been talking about this for a while. This is complex bearish divergence. Okay, flattening out there with a higher high, lowering here with a higher high. It was pretty darn obvious. We came up to that October. Was it October the 10th or October the 6th? I think it was something like that. It was like bang on the time scale in which people have gone, historically around about October the 6th is where the Bitcoin price will top out at. On the daily, spiked to 126,000 and it's been down since then. Okay, so interesting how it all lines up, right? A lot of confluence. My bias is to the downside. I could be wrong. As long as we hold above there, okay, sure. There. Got to get through that. As I said, it's like around about that 108, 109. Yeah, you got to get through there. Until you're through there, any rally is just a rally, and then it's a potential continued tick over until you get through 109. Then we'll talk. Okay, cool. Oh, no worries. I was wrong. The Bitcoin thing continues. Cool. I'm expecting lower, and it's a great opportunity. Or if you just go sideways for ages, it's a great opportunity to dollar cost average. But yeah, I'm expecting probably into this zone somewhere at least. And watch out for that kind of 60,000. From 60,000, yeah, it's pretty good bottoming area. It would be pretty good. Pretty good. But we'll see what the indicators are like, if and when we get there. So that's Bitcoin. Now, you can still, as I said, you can be set up for a potential higher move, okay, up into that sort of 100-ish kind of range or more. Let's take a look. And while Bitcoin's going sideways, you can potentially have altcoins going up for a bit. But here's others market, okay. Others are, it's the market cap 206. There's not a lot that's hugely bullish on it. You could be having it's all potential, right? That could be, 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, 5. You could be going higher, but yeah. Let me get rid of, hang on a second. Where are you? Oh, sorry. I just went back to Bitcoin. Sorry, gang. Apologies. Yeah, at this stage, nothing showing me definitely going higher from here. Get rid of you. That's your support level that you don't want to break through. That's at around about 170 billion. If you break through 170 billion, good night, Irene. And yeah, look, it's good to see. If this forms a high or low, great, cool. All right. So I'll tell you now, if we do the following, then you could say there's a little bit of a bounce coming for the others market, the altcoin market. So let's do that and that. Where have we bounced? Oh, yeah, around about there. I would suggest that if you get above, yeah, no, there's nothing a lot. There's nothing telling me it's hugely looking bullish. On the hour, what would I need to see? The hour, I needed to see it get at least above there. Okay, get above there, about 211, and we'll talk. But other than that, yeah, get above there and we'll talk, okay? And so you might get a little bit of a bounce in your altcoins. Some of those altcoins could be. And finally, people have been patient. If there have been people waiting to see TOSHI, here is TOSHI. It's the meme coin of base chain. Okay, it's Brian Armstrong's cat. Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase. But at the moment, looking bearish at the moment. So get rid of that. Go away. Where are we? Long position? No. Get rid of you. TOSHI had a big spike on the monthly time frame to 0.0004 on the weekly. The buyers were coming in, but the buyers did not remain as buyers. The only thing you could say potential is that if you tick around right about here and close around about above that 0.0032 area, you could say that the bottom is in, but at this stage, no, it's looking pretty weak at the moment. So I would want to see it cross above, around about here where you are right now. Get above and hold above that 3 area. Okay, sure. But at the moment, no. No for TOSHI. Wouldn't be taking any new positions in TOSHI for the moment. Got to see at least clear that alert level of that 3.3. Cool. That is TOSHI. Let's take a look at a couple of requests we had. NNE. Here is nano-nuclear energy on the weekly time frame, priced in USD, $34.76. As I have been saying, this has been my early to mastering the markets. I took a position in here. This was my fudge trade. I fudged it. I bought too high, and I'm riding it at the moment. I haven't taken a loss on it just yet. I will if it's going to break down over certain levels, but I'm happy to ride it because for me, this I believe this is going to be a longer term investment, although I got in at the wrong time. I got in like up at about $45 here, I think it was. Then we spiked to there, and then, I've just been holding it. So it's just running sideways at the moment. I am bullish on nuclear technology, so I'm going to be generally bullish on nano-nuclear energy. The company itself, because it's an individual stock, things can happen to individual companies. Something happens to the CEO or bad news or whatever, right? So you still have to be careful, but in general, a rising tide with the nuclear energy thing, that will probably raise its ship unless something specific happens to the company. Happy to hold it. I will, though, as I've been saying, I'll get out probably down here if we do, and I'll have to take I'll take a 50% haircut on my position. I haven't got a lot in it, so it's not like it would break my bank. So it's stuff that I'm willing to lose. But if we start breaking through here, then I'll be like, eh. So if you start getting back and start making lower highs through here, I'll be like, yeah. I'd watch what the indicators are doing. Could it be a double bottom? Sure. But I'd be getting really cautious below around about $24. I cannot say, new highs for sure until we start breaking above. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll get rid of you two, and I'll get rid of you two. Here's your high at 60. There's there. Not until we get through. Yeah, there it is at the 0.618, and that's that cluster right there, sitting at $46.50, $47. And gee, where does that line up with? Oh, what do you know? Previous level of resistance. Big spike, cluster of closes. So that's your big level, yeah. So $47, crack through 47, and I'll say, okay, onwards and upwards, looking really good. As long as you can close above 47 and remain above it, great. I'm expecting that to happen. I'm not expecting, this kind of breakdown through here to happen, but I have to keep it in the back of my mind just in case. Bullish on it over the longer term, nanonuclear energy. And I think it was that CLR, blah, 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 blah one that, was it CLR something, Clean Air Metals, I think it is. Clean Air. Jeez, Joe. Clean Air. Clean Air, CLRMF. All right. Here is Clean Air Metals Incorporated. It's an American stock, I believe it is. It's OTC. Get rid of you. So I had drawn this in previously the last time I looked at it. So I had said what I want to see is it break out of that area, do something like that, hold as support, and then onwards and upwards we go. What have we done? We have broken support, but then what have we done? It looks like only potential at this stage. It could be that liquidity grab. Okay, it could be that thing where people are, people some shorting here. It's come up to take their stop losses, and maybe are we heading back down? So it's not good to see it back down below that level. Not preferable. On the daily, yeah. Just not preferable. I need to see it shoot back above here real smart. So back above that 8-cent level. Got to get back above 8 cents, or else this was just a little liquidity grab and then heading back down. Okay, so it could just, technical term, as I've said before, faff around for a bit. Okay, so you could be doing that and then back down here. And there. If it does this, gets back out, take that. In not financial advice, but that's a take that position. Finally breaking out, changing market structure, okay, into bullish market structure. That would be good, and then you'd be looking for that move at least up to that 15-cent level. So you could almost double your money in a small amount of time, I'd imagine, in Clean Air Metals. But yeah, not out of the woods just yet. And I'll remind everyone what it does. It is, its market cap is, it's a very small market cap, guy. This is like micro market cap. Okay, so you only put in a very small amount. Okay, it's quite, more reward, more risk. Clean Air Metals is a platinum and palladium exploration company. Okay, so as platinum and palladium, the PGM, platinum group metals go up, you could potentially see Clean Air Metals do really well. Speculation. Okay, that's CLRMF. Finally, I'm going to check the market and see how we've opened for the day. I'll go back to silver and double check what we're doing because the market is now open, and then I'll take your last comments. Let's go. Anything listed in yellow on the right-hand side here is something that I am currently in. Here is LOT. Okay, so Lotus Resources has done a stock split, but it looks like it's up 9% for the day. That's good, fantastic. IXR is up 9%. That is Ionic Rare Earths. Speaking of talking about rare earths, remember? So I am in IXR. It's in my small cap portfolio, so very small amount in a whole bunch of small caps. okay, in the commodity space. So it looks like we may be on the weekly. Yep, looks like potential, only potential, that the bottom is in. We've had our retrace, okay? So bottom here, come up to here, bounce perfectly off the 0.5 Fibonacci, which is also bouncing perfectly off that support zone. See the blue zone there? We're through that area. I'm going to probably suggest pretty highly that now you may see the next move up. So this could be your 1, 2, 3 up into here, and then 4, 5. You'll get a 5, like a move. Something like that maybe could be coming up to the top end of that zone there. So watch out for about 70 cents. And we're currently at 50 cents roughly. So yeah, watch out for that. Looking good. RR1. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is Reach Resources Limited. Yeah, so it's going to break through. Could be breaking through. That's up 8%. AR3, S32 is up. Very good. This is South 32. I'll read you what South 32 is. This is in my super account, and it's looking like it's onwards and upwards from here. You know, zigs and zags along the way, but looking really strong. Yes, it operates through following segments. It's nickel, I think. It's silver as well, as far as I remember. I'd have to double check. But yeah, looking really well in my super, and that's go time, man, for S32. I don't see anything wrong with that. So if you're not in S32, it might be a little bit late to get in terms of a trade, but it's probably not too late to get in terms of holding for the future. You know, number go up, number go down, right? But that's, you know, it could just shoot up through here, but I think it's going to break the all-time high pretty darn soon. You've gotten through that area there. Oof. Good. And does it pay a dividend? I don't remember. Let's find out. It pays a dividend of 2 point something %. Better than a slap in the face with a wet fish. But you can see here on the longer term, gee, where did it come down to? It's almost like Fibonacci levels are really good areas of support and resistance. So it came back down to test 1, 2, right? So what's this? 1, 2, down to the 618. Perfect. Double bottom here on the weekly. Look at that. Double bottom on bullish divergence. So equal low, higher low. That set it up. So broke through and then onwards and upwards. So yeah, it's South 32, S32. Looking great. Buying and holding for the longer term, it wouldn't be bad to do here if you're not in it. But don't buy it expecting it to go, you know, don't buy expecting to make bank in the next, you know, month or so. It's not a short-term trade now. This is the longer-term thing. Cool. South 32 looking great. Anything else that I'm looking at? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So age. Uranium is waking up at the moment. So this is AGE looking good. It's a small cap, so you wouldn't put in too much, but looking good. As I said, great risk to return after the alert. That alert was around about, I think, 33. Stopped just below for uranium, so I'm in that. What else? PEN, P-E-N, we've been talking about, has been on a rip roar, coming up to some major resistance now. So if you're in PEN, Peninsula Energy, it is another, it's a small cap. It's to do with uranium. You're coming up to an area of resistance right here. So just watch out. If you're looking at getting into PEN, be careful here. Major level of support might become a major level of resistance. You've got this downtrend line as well on the weekly time frame. Yeah, so big area of resistance coming up. Expect maybe some kind of resistance there, but if you can get up and hold through there, then that means you're through there and you're through there. Brilliant. Okay, NHC I got into recently. Now, can I tell you right now, if you are not in NHC, you might be considering very soon to get into it. NHC is New Hope Corporation. It's to do with coal. Now, I actually had a position in this last year, and I made a nice little small trade on it. I think I got in here and I got out around about here, then it consolidated down. Now it's just about, if it does, to break through major resistance. Okay, major resistance through a major downtrend line. So up through the trend channel. Okay, so there's the trend channel. Found support at the middle of the trend channel. If you do this, pretty darn good. And can I give you a really good hot tip on this one? And don't invest more than you're willing to lose, but it's to do with coal. It's a $3.8 billion market cap, so it's a huge market cap. It also pays a whopping 7.5% dividend as well. So if you have the opportunity to put this in your super, for example, or if you have, a bit of investable cash, non-financial advice, NHC right now, I got back in here because I'm a slight degen, and I saw, and other people saw, the change of market structure on the daily time frame. But on the monthly, you'd be wanting to at least maybe just wait for that confirmation there. I mean, it's looking really good, but if you just want to play it safe, wait till it's through there and through that downtrend line, through the channel, and then you're looking really nice. It'll probably take out the all-time high. Like, it's probably bottomed here, and then over the longer term, I think you're looking really good, and it pays 7.5% dividend. Okay, so that's a hot tip from me. And yeah, I mean, look at this on the longer term. Through there, yeah, I think you're looking pretty darn good. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose, not financial advice. BHP is looking great. Oof, BHP. It is, as David Bird from Mastering the Markets has suggested, it's probably going to be Australia's first $1 trillion market cap company. Okay, 45% copper revenue comes from nickel. So copper and nickel, man, industrial metals. We're going into the industrial metal cycle. Okay, I don't think I want to share anything else because we're nearly at the 1 hour mark, and I've got to get to your comments and then get out of here. Government contract and private sector going to make it well for NNE. You could be very right. I love the fact that you've got the fundamental side of things down. I love that, Gerald. I love when you come on and you go, because of X, Y, and Z, this thing may do really well, and I'm the technical guy. You're the fundamentals, I'm the technical guy. Love it. It's like a superpower. Sylvester says, scored half a monster box of our, as in Australia's, Aussie kangaroos during April 25, Liberation Day market crash, around $32. Man, brilliant. Over a 3-bagger in just 9 months and climbing. Brilliant work, man. Well done. Kane says, I really like Perth Bullion Exchange. So do I. They are good bullion dealers and they are always happy to chat. Couldn't agree more. Sorry, gang. This lighting's pissing me off. There we go. Final comments. Sup Joe says, Finkelstein. It's on your watch list. Good for NHC. Good on you, coach. Tag team. Yeah, that's right. Canton, your next focus. I did look at Canton once before. I think it's like a micro crypto as far as I remember. Yeah, I think that's about it for the general comments. So get your last comments in, and I will tell you, of course, as you know, I am now an enrollments advisor at Mastering the Markets. Now, the January intake for Mastering the Markets has just been cut off. As of 9 a.m. this morning, the links to sign up, they've been removed from the website. You can't find them. If I go to the courses section, if I go down to here, sold out. So all sold out now. So you cannot get in for the January intake. However, the April intake will be opening early Feb. Okay, so if you want to learn how to be a good investor, okay, you absolutely want to join Mastering the Markets. I've been doing their year-long comprehensive course. Okay, if you want to learn to be the best investor and the best trader you can possibly be, and this isn't for people who just want to be pro traders. I don't want to be a pro trader. I don't want to work for a prop firm and do all that stuff, but I just want to be the best I can possibly be. And the year-long course, I can tell you, will get you there. I'm halfway through, and I'm so much better than I am now. However, the year-long course, part of the year-long course is doing the 3-month course, because the 3-month course is term 1 of the year long. Okay, so I can tell you, if you only do the 3-month course, you will walk out of that knowing how markets work. You will know how to find the best entries. You'll know when to get out. Okay, that's the most important thing. You might be great at buying something, but you don't know when to get out. I made all those mistakes. Okay, you'll be able to recognize signs of weakness and find the topping patterns. Okay, you'll learn about risk to reward. It's not just about what percentage something goes up. What's the loss that you can make if it starts going in the opposite direction? You've got to manage your risk. It teaches you how to manage risk. Win big, lose small, okay? And win much more than you lose. That's what the 3-month course teaches you how to do, okay? I can't recommend it more highly. New courses start in April. And if you want to find out more, you send me an email to joe.main, masteringthemarkets.com, joe.main, masteringthemarkets.com. For what you pay for, okay, it is the greatest education you will ever give yourself financially, okay? It is teaching you how to fish. No one's giving you a fish anymore. You don't need to follow all the YouTube people. You don't need to, you're doing it yourself. It's a lifelong skill for a very small amount of money over a lifetime skill. And can't recommend it more highly. Send me an email. Cool. And of course, finally, speaking of Perth Bullion Exchange, buy from Perth Bullion Exchange. Best bullion dealer in all of Australia. 20 or more items in your shopping cart, in your order, I should say, free shipping. Okay, 20 or more items in your order, one of this, two of that, mix and match, free shipping. Okay, great range, great prices. Head over to them. They have to be part of your bullion dealer rotation if they are not already. Cool. perthbullion.com.au. Do I get out of here now? Can I go now? Can you guys let me go, please? Yeah, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall get out of here. You have watched Good Morning Stackers for Thursday, the 22nd of Jan, 2026. Still weird for me to say 2026. This is going to be a really interesting year. I've explained before. Maybe I'll do a larger video on it, but lots of things coming to a head at the moment in terms of financially, but we and you and me are on the right side of it. Let's do a final synchronized slurp as we dance it out too, because you have watched.
Good morning, Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stack. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronized slurp. Now we're on the move.
3, 2, 1, slurp it like you've never slurped it before. Loud and proud.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Thanks, people. I love your work. You're so good to me. I appreciate it. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking. See you soon.